Okay folks, welcome back to the Long Dark. We are exactly where we left off in the final room of the lower dam. I say lower dam, we climb back up again, so technically this is the back of the upper dam. We are still here, we've been all the way through, we've checked for Fluffy, we've discovered that we are Fluffy free, or appear to be anyway, so we can safely go through and loot the rest of the dam, and then we can make our way back to Trapper's cabin with all of the loot. There doesn't seem to be a massive amount in here, to be perfectly honest with you, but we'll go through and we shall find out what there is. There are some mucklooks, awesome! They're pretty good boots if I remember. Excellent, okay, I'm going to keep those, we'll take those. I'll sort that. Oh, some more fleece mittens. They're not in pretty good shape, though. I think I'll leave those. I'm not going to bother with those. We have plenty of material to turn into cloth. We don't need to take those with us, I don't think. Okay. Whoops. No, don't turn that off. We can up here, but we're heading back. No, stop it. We're heading back into the lower section of the dam in a moment. Although I tell you what, though, I'm still a little nervous when we come back out of the lower dam back into the upper dam as to whether Fluffy will have appeared. So I'm still going to be a bit tense when I get back up that side. Okay. Oh, well, this kitchen. A researchable book. Awesome. Anything in the microwave? Nope. Can't bother shutting it. Right, okay. So, there's some antiseptic there. We'll take that cloth. Yeah, well, we'll take it. It's there. Right, okay. Anything in the fridge? It really annoys me, Hinterland, that door just doesn't open the whole way. It only opens a crack. And you have to peek in through the corner. That's just annoying. Please, just open the door. Lantern fuel, that's pretty cool. We need that. Let's have a go through these. Another can opener. That's 3 of them we've got now. In fact, it might be 4, actually. But again, we want to stockpile spare things. We're in it for the long game this time round, so eventually they will wear out. We want to make sure we've got some spares. Spot on. And that is another reason why we need to start thinking about grabbing scrap metal, because we're going to need that for repairing things as well. Do we get leather from those? Do we get leather from those? I'm not sure. We'll take them. We'll see if we can harvest those, if they'll give us some leather. Oh, another whetstone. Perfect. Got loads of those now. They're pretty good. Useful things to have. Right, okay, so we have pretty much cleared this bit out. Let's make our way back. We'll have a quick look down here to see if there's anything. I don't think there will be, but we'll have a quick nosy. Nope. Okay, so we're now going to make our way down here. Through all the pipes. A torch. Didn't see that on the way through the other way. Okay, I did loot that box, I think, didn't I? But I didn't go through the drawers. I did come and set up a base in here once. Oh, gauntlets. Pretty useful. Oh, a hacksaw. Perfect. That's a tool we can use for breaking down things to get scrap metal. So, again, yeah, we're getting encumbered. Scrap metal's heavy, that's why I'm not taking it. Because we can now hacksaw down metal shelves, so we can come and get lots of scrap metal when we need it. Antibiotics. Been through those drawers. Oh, a knife! Did not see that on the way down. I think we've already got a few of them, but this is the route you have to take in Wintermute. Across this very conveniently laid ramp. Okay, so we're going to make our way back up then. And there wasn't anything down here, was there? And we've been through everything in here. Obviously that's the exit to the transition area, which we're not going to go through right now. We didn't go through this container. Ooh, lamp fuel, perfect. Oh, downward hinge. Can't see in it. Okay, let's head back into the upper dam then. And hope we do not encounter Fluffy. I'm pretty sure that has happened to me before, you know. I'm going to extinguish my lantern, because I don't think I need it in here. Obviously, the only place I left anything was in the control room. So, that's a rifle cartridge here, hiding up the corner. Okay, well, I think we've pretty much looted this. Let's make our way back. Back up to the control room where we left some gear. Now, we're pretty encumbered, though. That's the only thing. So I don't think we're going to be able to carry the rest of it anywhere. I'm still expecting Fluffy to come around a corner, you know. Okay, let's just do a little bit of housekeeping before we go anywhere then. Just see what we can take back. And see what we can leave. Try and sort out our weight situation. Okay, so we've got loads of books. We really want to take them back. We're 32.9 kids. Let's see if there's anything we can ditch before we start thinking about what we want to take. Not really, to be perfectly honest. Well, let's have a look at our... Actually, no, clothing-wise, again. Okay, running shoes. Let's just have a... Let's go into the backpack. And if we harvest these running shoes, what do we get? Oh, we do actually... We do get leather. Okay, I'm going to harvest those. We can use leather for repairing boots. So I want that. Muck looks. Are they going to give me a better protection than my current insulated boots? I suspect the answer is going to be yes. Oh, interestingly enough, no. What condition are my boots? They're actually pretty worn. The mucklucks are also pretty worn, but they're not as worn. See, I always thought these gave you better protection, but apparently they don't. They're only it's only marginal though. They give you better wind chill. But again, it's only very marginal. Better sprinting, though. Okay, as it's marginal, we'll switch to those. We'll switch to those. And we shall leave the big boots behind. Gauntlets are pretty heavy, but I want to take them. The scarf I'm going to leave, and the t-shirt I'm going to leave. They're pretty useless. Okay, I think I'm going to leave all that clothing behind them. I'm not going to bother taking any of that. Bandages. We can make bandages quite easily, so I'm not too worried about those. Everything that's in here I really want to take. I really want to take all of that. But we're at 31.7, so that's okay. That's not too bad. Food-wise, we're okay. Left any food behind in here. It's just these books. I really want to take these books. Because they're really good fire-starting material, but each one of them, they're pretty heavy. I'll tell you what, if we take that many, leave these behind. Magnifying lens, I'm kind of inclined to not bother too much with, because we've now got a fire striker. Okay, I'm going to leave all that behind then. So, we've actually pretty much got everything. We're slightly encumbered, but we should be okay. The only thing we don't have is the deer hide and the gut that we left curing. So that's where we're now going to head. Oh, big container of lantern fuel. Well, that's going to throw us over our weight limit, but I really do want that. Do you know, I've just realised I didn't search this area when I came in. I don't know if there's going to be anything. No, I won't actually. I'll leave it behind. Get in that drawer. Maybe I should move... Nah, I can't bother. There's only a small amount of stuff. I was just thinking maybe I could move the stuff I'm leaving behind, put it in these drawers here. Just so it's right in the entranceway, but... It's only small stuff I'm leaving. If I was leaving more behind, I would probably come and put it in the stuff in the doorway, but... Again, I'm not bothering with any of that. Okay, so let's make our way out then. We'll go back over to the trailer. Weather conditions not looking brilliant. Oh, okay, we can take care of that, not a problem. So, what's the temperature like? Oh, feels like 6. Actually, a positive temperature. And we're pretty much midday. Okay, I reckon we're okay to just make a break for it, you know. Let's just duck in and check the deer hide and everything else that we've got curing here. See if we can pick that up and haul that back. We've got a bit of a trek. We've got to get all the way back to Trapper's Cabin. It's a fairly long way to go. But we can always stop in camp office if we need to. Keep our eyes open for wolves. Okay, so deer hide and gut. And what does that do to our weight? 30, nearly 35. Well, we can get around some of that. We can kind of eat and drink our way out of this problem. Let's just eat. Let's eat some more. That will bring us right to the top and reduces our weight slightly. So we're only slightly encumbered now, so we should be okay with that. Okay, so let's make our way back towards camp office then. It's getting a little misty, but we should be okay. And we've got some reishi mushrooms here as well, so they don't weigh very much, we'll just grab those. Deer standing over there, that's usually a good sign. Okay, making our way down this way. Obviously we have the concern of wolves. We've got some cattails here, which I'm going to also grab. So I know they add a bit of weight, but we could do with the food supply. Not too bothered about the tinder supply, it is more the food. Not that way. It's this way we want to go. Let's get the deer. We'll start running off, so that's fine. I'll tell you what, we still haven't found a moose. We still have not found a moose. They are pretty elusive, I know that. So there will be one around in the game somewhere, but we haven't found one yet. I'm keeping my eyes open for them. I'm not quite sure how to deal with them if I do come across them, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, so coming up here, we are coming back onto the railway. Temperature is actually getting warmer, so we're not freezing at all. It's actually pretty good travelling weather. So hopefully we can just make a break straight over for Trapper's Cabin without having to stop off in camp office. It all depends on wolves. Bet you we can't climb up there. That'd be cool if we could. No. Part of me is kind of wondering whether to go this way, you know. I think we stand a good chance of avoiding wolves if we do this. We might encounter the bear. That's a possibility, but at least we can avoid the wolves. Yeah, let's go this way for a change. We'll go over here. So if I remember, this leads us up. We'll kind of take a diagonal route. So this kind of drops us down near the cabin, doesn't it? If I'm thinking this right. We're not far from the cabin. Which actually means we've walked straight into wolves. That's just dawned on me. Yeah. That was a bit of a daft thing to do. Although we have kind of cut the corner a little bit. This is... I don't know where we are, actually. I am a little bit lost. Oh, I know where we are. Yeah, I know where we are. I know where we are. We're okay. That didn't quite put me where I expected to end up, but that's fine. We can go this way. We haven't actually been to this. This is actually, I've just realised, an area we've not been to. We've missed logging camp, but I'm pretty encumbered. I can't really carry anything at the minute. Okay, so I'll come back to logging camp. Let's make our way up here. This takes us up towards the new forestry lookout. We're heading towards Trapper's cabin through the woods. We kind of want to take a diagonal this way, which should drop us near Unnamed Pond. Not too far away from Trapper's cabin. In what is pretty good travelling weather. So yeah, a long trip back. But we are pretty much done on Mystery Lake. So the next stage of the plan now swings into action. We're pretty much done on Mystery Lake. So there's a few things that we can now do. I do want to head across to Forlorn Muskeg and try and get to the forge, and also try and get to this is where I was aiming for. Try and get to the forge, and also try and get to oh, actually no, I've gone wrong again. Actually, I think I need to be going this. Let's stay high on the hill. We'll stay high up here. I think this is coming into the back edge of Clear Cut. Yeah, so we are... Yeah, here we are. We're in the back section of Clear Cut. Just need to be a bit careful because the bear does frequent this area, so we just need to be a little bit careful. But we are well up. In fact, if we go this way... Where's this going to put us if we can get up this slope? If we can get up this slope, which we can't. Okay. Carry on this way then. Yeah, so we've got a couple of options. I do want to head over to Forlorn Muskeg and give the forge a try. Make some arrowheads, so we can try and make some bows and arrows, so it should be pretty cool. But also, I'm thinking I want to go that way because I want to get across to the newer region. The rail yard, the rail maintenance area. I can't remember what the region's actually called, but that's where we kind of want to head, because that's a new area. But also we've got to do our shuttling trip and take things back to the Grey Mother's house. But because that is ultimately the goal, get everything back to the Grey Mother's house. That's what the challenge we've set ourselves is. Let's just see if there's anything here as we're passing through. It's a light. Okay. Nothing, so we'll go back round this way, and this should take us to the cabin and via Unnamed Pond, so we can have a little pit stop in the cabin if we feel we need to. Well, officially we haven't discovered Clear Cut yet. We have now. So we kind of actually ended up doing this slightly longer way round, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The important bit is we are heading in the right direction. So I'm kind of a little bit... Should I go to Forlorn Muskeg next? And maybe head across to the rail maintenance area and then bring things back to Trapper's cabin. And once we've looted those two areas, start thinking about shipping stuff back to Milton. Or shall we start shipping stuff back from Trapper's cabin to Milton now and then head over to Forlorn Muskeg and go that way? So that is the kind of... I'm not quite sure. Ultimately, our goal is to get everything back to Grey Mother's house, but I'm wondering whether to kind of disappear off to Forlorn Muskeg and off down to the rail maintenance area first, bring it all back to Trapper's Cabin, and then have a massive shuttling run to the Grey Mother's house before we then start thinking about going to other regions a little bit further afield. So it's I'm not quite sure what to do about that. I think to fulfill the concept of the challenge that we set ourselves, we need to do some ferrying to the Grey Mother's house. So I think that's what I'll do next. We'll just do one run to the Grey Mother's house of stuff that we don't need right now, that we can live without, and we're going to store over there, stuff for the long term, spare odds and ends, and then we'll come back and we shall make our way across to the rail maintenance region and see what we can find there, because we haven't really been there in survival mode. I had a little bit of a play in Pilgrim just to have a nosy, but I haven't really properly done it, so it could be interesting. Okay, so across unnamed pond. What's temperature like? It is getting colder, but we're still okay. We're getting a bit tired though, but we should be fine. Not too far left to go. I think we'll probably just about get there by the end of this video. So it's a little bit of a long trek, this one, rather than the long dark. But we are safe in the knowledge we've pretty much done. Obviously, we've just realised we haven't been to logging camp. I'm not too bothered about that because there isn't going to be very much in there. There never is. So I'm not going to be too worried about the fact we've not been to logging camp. We can save that one for a little bit later. I don't worry too much about going back to there. So I'm going to count Mystery Lake as pretty much done. We've found everything we need, everything we want, and we'll get ourselves ready for a trip to Milton in the next video. Head back, see how things are in Milton, because we haven't been there for quite a while. See what we left behind, because I honestly can't remember, and it may well be the stuff there that's actually going to be useful for us, so I think we've got a good plan forming there. As we make our way round and back, so I'm just following the mountainside so I don't get lost. Then we'll pop over and go down to oh, is that a wolf? That is a wolf. Okay, need to be a bit careful then. We shall stay over here. Steer clear of the wolves. Best strategy, rather than confront them, is to avoid them. Especially when you're carrying lots of stuff and you're encumbered and you're tired and everything else. As the ominous music plays, we're heading towards the end of the day. It's starting to get dark. It's getting colder. What's the temperature like now? 4 degrees, so it's dropped a little bit more. We're heading towards dusk. It's starting to get a little mistier as well. But we're okay. We're not very far away now from where we're going. It is getting misty, actually. Visibility is starting to get much, much shorter. But just round this corner. There is one of the world famous gnarly trees, indicating a pathway. A subtle hint. I'm going to head down the hill towards Trapper's Cabin. The only downside, of course, with it being so misty, we're not really going to be able to see very well if there's any predators about. I'm going to come through the back section of it. We'll come around this way. And we are back at Trapper's Cabin. All is good with the world. There we go. Okay, so we're in Trapper's Cabin again, so we're back in safety. And we're back in our stash. This is where we have all of our resources. We've got loads and loads of stuff here. It's absolutely brilliant. Look how many resources we have. Let's drop some stuff then. We're carrying quite a lot of things. We've got hide and we have some gut that we need to drop because they need to start curing. So let's just drop those into the general pile. It is lying around absolutely everywhere. We're going to be pretty good, Nick, now for being able to start thinking about crafting. Obviously, that one's not cured yet. That one's nearly cured. That one's still got some curing to do. That one's cured. That one's cured. So, how many deer hides have we actually got? We've got 4 in total. And we've got 1 rabbit pelt. And I'm just wondering if I left... I might actually have left some somewhere. I'm trying to remember if I may have left some somewhere. This is why I wanted to try and bring everything back here, because I know what my memory's like, and I will forget where I've left stuff. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of tidying up and housekeeping then. So there's our spare tools. So let's drop the spare odds and ends that we're carrying. So we're carrying some knives. So let's drop our spare knives. Let's drop our hacksaw. And we'll drop our 2 spare can openers. And we'll drop our spare storm lantern. In fact, hacksaw, we can pop it on the bench. The various knives we shall drop here, along with the can openers. Whoops, if it'll let me pick it up. There we go, plenty of those. I just pick it up from this side so I can put it nice and flat on the desk as well, like we did with the other one. My OCD is going to require me to line all that up. There we go. And this storm lantern, annoyingly, I have to pick it up, I have to equip it, and then I have to place it like that. So that's all of that sorted out. Look at that, it's pretty cool. Look at the amount of kit that we've got. This is pretty fantastic. Okay, so have I got anything to store in here? Yes, we have some cloth, we have some cured leather, we have some spare reishi mushrooms which we'll transfer. We've got a couple of broken arrows. I'm going to transfer those into here. We have spare lantern fuel, I think I will place somewhere. Rifle ammunition I'll drop in here as well. Wilderness kitchen will drop in here. And I'm going to drop all that on the floor, I think. Spare one of those. No spare food, no spare clothes, no spare medical supplies. Yes, newsprint, we'll get rid of that. Okay, you're looking pretty good. Medical supplies then. Let's sort through our medicines. We are carrying lots of antibiotics that we don't really need to be carrying all of that. So let's get rid of those. We'll get rid of the antiseptics. And that's looking pretty good for that. So that's that all sorted. And a few things that we just wanted to drop on the floor. All of the spare sharpening stones. We'll drop those. And we'll drop all of the spare lantern fuel. And we have a spare torch, we'll drop that as well. So, let's just sort ourselves out then. So, sharpening stones, we shall line up with the other ones, so they're all there. Jerry can with lantern fuel in, I shall just drop there. Spare torch, we shall pop with the others, if we can line everything up properly. Ah, that's annoying. Can we lay it there? That'll do. And these two we shall pop on the floor under the bench where the lanterns are stored. So we've got ourselves a really cool layout in here. Just look at all of the stuff we have. It is absolutely awesome. Okay, so we are pretty much sorted. We can now have a think about what we want to take back to the Grey Mother's house with us. All of the spare odds and ends that we don't really need to keep here. We'll sort through it all at the start of the next video. We shall get everything sorted out. And we shall make our way back to the Grey Mother's house with a trip of bits and pieces. We'll have a search through what's there and see if there's anything we need that we can bring back. And then we'll make our way over to the rail yard. So that is going to be in the next video. But right now, I am going to say thank you so much for watching. As always, let's have a quick check at where we are in our journal and our stats. We are 19 days survived. It's day number 20 in the long dark. We've been to 33 locations, 19% of the world overall, nearly 50 kilometers traveled around. What else have we had? 376 hours indoors and 87 hours outdoors, 11 days in Mystery Lake, and 6 days in the mountain town, but we're heading back to mountain town, aka Milton. I think it is Broken Railroad, isn't it? Is the other region that we're thinking of heading to, so that's where we're going to be going next. We've taken 8 shots with the rifle. We've hit 4 of them. 39 encounters with wolves, 6 struggles, 6 of which we won, and we've killed 6 wolves. So there's actually 3 wolves out there that we've not... no, 4 wolves out there that we haven't got the pelts from, which is a bit annoying. We brought down 2 deer, we brought 2 rabbits. Blah, blah, blah. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else interesting? 11 cans opened. We've got 4 can openers. That's a stat. Why on earth would you keep that stat? Anyway, longest burning fire, 6 hours. 5 wrist sprains and 2 ankle sprains. Blood loss 4 times. And we've survived 10 blizzards. So we're doing pretty well. 19 days, 19 full days in. We're on day 20. We have been through an awful lot of places. We're doing really, really well. This is really, really cool. So we shall get ourselves ready for the trip back to not Mystery Lake, Milton in the next video. But right now, thank you so much for joining me. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. Any questions, any comments, anything you want to say, pop it in the comment section below. I read them all. I'll try and reply as best I can. But until next time, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very, very soon.